Go.
Okay, today I'm gonna show you an easy way to eat a grapefruit. We're gonna supreme the fruit. So here we have a great big grapefruit from my backyard, and I'm gonna cut off both ends, the stem end, cut it to where the top of the flesh is exposed. I'm gonna turn it around and cut this on the flower end. Okay, and I have this little handy dandy waste bucket, and so now I'm going to cut the rind off, the pith off, right where it abuts the fruit. So I'm trying to not take out too much fruit, but I do want to cut the membrane that envelops the fruit. Okay, so just very carefully go around. Now, the way I ate a grapefruit growing up was my mom would just peel off all the rind, the pith, and tear the fruit into segments, and then we each individually have to peel off the membrane off the flesh of the fruit individually by the slice, and that I never fancy eating it that way, and I didn't like eating grapefruit because of that, because then my hands are then my hands are covered with sticky juices, and it's just messy, and I just don't like eating it that way. And then sometime in the 80s, I was a real Martha Stewart fan, and I caught her show every day, and in one of her shows she demonstrated on how to supreme a citrus fruit, and that's how I learned it. Okay, so all of that can go. It's pretty much cleaned of the pith, and there's little remnants left, which is okay. So here I have this container, and I'm going to separate the flesh of each segment from the membrane. And if there's like more pith left along the way, just cut that off. So then you can see the segments more clearly also when you do that. So just go around the fruit. It isn't a difficult task. It's all about knowing the trick. Now I'm using a Cutco knife, so I'm going to be very, very careful. Later I will do an introduction to all my toys, including my Cutco gear. They're really, really good sharp knives, and I proved it to myself by cutting myself, not on purpose, but yeah, they're plenty sharp. So you can identify the membrane by this thin white line. Yeah, wherever you see a thin white line, that's a membrane. Sorry, I'm not doing a lot of talking because I I really need to focus on what I'm doing. I have the utmost reverence for this knife. And you see how I'm holding the knife too. I'm pinching the blade with my forefinger and my thumb. I'm not placing a finger over the knife, the dull edge of the knife. That's not how you use this knife. The knife has to be like an extension of your hand. So pinch the blade with your thumb and your pointer finger so that you have good control. Okay, so that's about it. It's pretty, I pretty much captured all the flesh. And so with this part, you don't have to throw it away. Just squeeze it. It contains all the juice, and you can eat. You can drink the juice too, along with the fruit. Okay, there you go. So like before, I learned this technique. I can never bring a grapefruit to work to eat as a snack because it's so messy. But since I learned this technique, there you go. I just packed myself a snack for tomorrow's lunch, for tomorrow's work day. That's it. Thank you.